what I was gonna say though is like I feel like Criterion is a little anti-dopamine. Um,
Mm,
you know
I
what I mean?
agree.
It's almost
Yeah.
like let's force you to dopamine detox here.
Yeah.
Um, Now that can be a good thing or a bad thing. You can be doing it and you could be like watching, you're watching What Lies Beneath and you're just like, "Oh God, fuck.
Gotta check my phone. I
How do I
gotta.
do this?" You know?
Hmm.
But I have found it very pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah, I I have also found it very, very quite pleasant. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, I feel like it is more. It's easier for me to find something to watch if I just, go to collection and I like, oh, I've been wanting to see this movie. It's maybe hard to find streaming
Yeah.
somewhere, or I'm maybe not that familiar with it. But how they present things is just so much nicer, where it's not overstimulating or just like you'll see too, like obviously Netflix or like if you go to HBO Max, it's going to be whatever that John Cena DC Comics thing is, and it's going to start playing the
Yeah.
trailer, and I have no idea what
Yes.
this is, but
Yes.
I know when I see 3 seconds of the trailer, I'm out that this is not something for me that I'm
It's
gonna
like the first
get
thing you see
into.
is like Peacemaker, and then you're like,
That's it,
oh,
Peacemaker,
and then
yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, but like that's all that's on here, I guess, because that's all they want me to see,
Yeah.
you know.
Or Netflix is gonna push whatever new
So,
show they
so this
have,
one's on them. I'm gonna get off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was sick, very sick this last week, and so I spent a lot of time on streaming services trying to come up with a game plan. You know, how am I gonna get through this?
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna I kind of had a feeling. I'm like, I feel pretty bad right now. I have a feeling this is a long-term thing. I'm going to be by myself for multiple days just watching TV. What's the best way to get through this? And so I ended up going on streaming services, bouncing around, just browsing for days, like at first. And I was like, and I'm trying to take in all this information and figure out how I'm going to attack it. And there was at first, I think, a lot of just unsuccessful attempts of like, all right, maybe we'll start something here. Like I'm tired of looking, so we'll start this here. Oh, maybe that's not what I want right now. Maybe this isn't the right feeling for right now. And then I was bouncing between streaming sites, and I just couldn't. It took a second for things to stick for me to get into a rhythm, into a groove. I almost feel like sometimes I'm on these, and it's very it's very aspirational watching. It's very
Mhm.
like let's
Yeah.
like it's not really about what I really want to watch. It's about what I do want to watch. And obviously, I want to watch a lot of things. But what is best for right now, I don't really know. I almost think this is maybe a little like way too philosophical about streaming services, but like, I almost feel like I'm confused on what I really want to watch, like
Yeah.
at all moments.
Yeah.
Because there's too much. You know what I mean? Because there's too much. And I don't really know. There's so much choice that I don't really know what I'm looking for right now.
Yeah.
Um, to the point where I'll be like, okay, then I'm just gonna fucking watch like Hitler's Dog again, Gossip and Trickery
Yeah.
again, because I don't know,
Yeah.
like, because at least there's something I know what I'm gonna watch, what I'm getting, and um,
Yeah. Yeah. When I go to Netflix, it's just like they're throwing the umpteenth true crime doc from their true crime documentary factory. Just like, let's pick anything that's happened over the past 30,
right,
40 years to make a documentary about this crime because that's what we'll get. And it just like all just like to me, it just feels so like just like a churning
Well, and what
factory.
was the name
And
of that show that with the had everybody in it? You know, you were talking about 2000s SNL earlier, and there's a bunch of people from, but it has Steve Carell in it, and they're on the resort.
oh
There's like that
yeah,
show that was out recently, and yeah,
yeah,
I forget what it's called, but like I remember seeing it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna watch that eventually because it has so many people I like, but I haven't gotten to it,
yeah,
and I don't know how I will. You know, how will I? You know?
yeah. And well, I end up like you said with like Hitler's dog.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah. I
like
end up
watch. I think you
watching.
should leave again because I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Because it's just
tired of scrolling
easier.
through.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
tired of scrolling, and sometimes you're not finding what you're looking for. Um, so maybe the thing with Criterion that is good about it is it feels like there's less potential for scrolling, definitely. Even though I had a moment where last I think it was right when I got it where I looked on the directed by section because I'm like, oh, let's see who they have in the directed by section, and they have so many people. And then I browse through every director, and I'm like, holy shit, there's like 15 like Fellinis or
yeah.
Agnes Varda or whatever, and I'm like, and then like the overwhelming feeling gets in. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? You know? Um,
See, I feel like I've figured out my what works for me on Criterion Channel is that it's like whereas like Criterion Channel doesn't have like original series to
no,
throw at
no,
you. Like they're
yeah,
it's more so like they're every month there's like new curated collections that they present. And to my list, I just add you can just add instead of just like individual movies, you can just add the collection
yeah,
to your list. And so I just do that, and then that kind of simplifies it for me. I find the collection I want to go to, and then I just pick something from there. And it's almost like
yeah.
I'm just sort of
You
letting
just give
the
in. You give in to the
yeah,
collection, yeah, which is kind of what we've been doing
yeah,
with these series, and I like it because these past few days I just put on the 2000s horror movies we chose, and I didn't think about it too much, and I was like, um, and I wouldn't even say I loved any of the movies we watched
yeah,
for
me
this,
neither. Me
but
neither.
I didn't care at all. Like I didn't
Yeah.
care because you know, I think there's something about when I watch Criterion Channel. I think I'm able to forget about myself a little easier. I'm able to like be like, oh yeah, you know, Harrison Ford's just, you know, trying to get laid.
Yeah, that's where it feels more like just like a good old fashioned movie watching experience in a digital way because it's not like as soon as the credits hit, you're not about to be there doesn't bring up like three other
It's
options
on.
of
All
things
right,
to watch
five,
and
four,
four.
three.
Yeah. Wait,
You're
wait.
on another. Yeah. It's
I
like
want to see who
Jesus
the second AD
Christ.
was. Wait a second. Yeah. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
like hold on. I just like it just ended. Let me like let this sit for a second. And it's just like constantly like,
yeah.
wait, no, watch this, watch
Yeah.
this. Whereas this you just watch you find what you want to watch, you watch it, and then it's like a regular, yeah, like watching if you were to just put a DVD in, um, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know how to do it. Um, yeah, how to navigate how to navigate the whole world, you know,
Yeah.
with what we got going on with the podcasts, with YouTube, with reels and shorts, and then with all these damn services on top of it. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. In ways I find it easier to just go out into the world and be present with other people as much as possible, or to go out into nature, or it just, you know, take a walk, get away from it, see the one battle after another in Vista Vision or whatever. It's just like it's simpler.
And
Yeah,
something too, they put the director above the movie title. Um,
on all the
so
criterions.
which is totally catering to the audience. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I feel the regular like mainstream streaming services, it's hard to find who,
The
because I like to
credits.
know who's in
Yeah.
this, who like
Amazon
directed it.
Prime specifically is tough with that.
Yeah.
There's like a couple steps, to check. Yeah, it's almost like they hide it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the, yeah,
You got to go to
yeah,
more details, and then it's like additional details, and then
yeah.
cast after that. And it's like just to see
Or
who
the
the
thing, like
director
you're
is.
saying, with where it's skipping to the next whatever show or whatever it is, and then you're like, well, I don't even get to watch who made what I just made, or enjoy
Yeah.
whatever the song that they're playing, or any of it, or just sit with what I just watched. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think sometimes it's hard to tell whether, I don't know, like I'm a dude with ADD in this like hyperized digital world, and I'm just like, and it's not, and then like the world is feeding me like these drugs that are worse for what I my already whatever my
Yeah.
condition is, and like I think I find that, yeah, it's better off for me as stripped down as can be and as less things going on here, but it's hard. I think it's like, I don't know, it almost like requires a self-discipline or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, like with anything, it's on me. But
Yeah.
like it's like about when I turn these things on, I need to be aware of what everything that's coming at me, and like, you know, you know, choose my content wisely, I guess, and efficiently, and not get too sucked into the uh to everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
because man, can you? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Or just get sucked into a watch, like, let's watch this later. Uh,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And just go through and add a million things to your list and then never get to any of them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, uh should we
Yeah,
get into our
it's a great way to get into this though, because it's October, and Criterion has had a few collections to choose from, and we chose to do 2000s horror. Um,
yeah.
because that's our maybe I don't know why we picked it, because it's our because it's our generation maybe, and we I don't know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do body horror. um that's
Yeah,
not
we've
as much
talked
as that's
I
not
feel
as
like
much
we
as my
talked
thing.
before that that it's we're not as big into body horror.
Yeah, and we watched one body horror movie on this, and I arguably maybe didn't like it. It's hard to say what I felt overall about it. um
oh, are you talking about Trouble Every Day?
yeah, Trouble Every Day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
one, I did not relate to that movie.
yeah.
But so we watched the others, What Lies Beneath, Trouble Every Day, and Ghosts of Mars. Um, and Yeah, three out of the four have a classic kind of film auteur. We got Carpenter, Claire Denis, and
Zemeckis.
Zemeckis. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the others is Nicole Kidman, and it's executive produced by Tom Cruise and
yeah.
the Weinsteins. You know,
Yeah, it's always a jump scare to watch a movie and see produced by Harvey Weinstein. It's like the
yeah. Well, yeah, it is
second
a jump scare.
title.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is horrific. That is truly horrifying. Um,
Scary
but
right from the start. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But what's funny is like if you watch a lot of movies, especially like a lot of good movies, you'll be like, "Oh shit, there's Weinstein made a
Yeah.
lot of good made a lot of good movies." Which one do we want to start with here, John?
Uh, do you want to st so I think we might have watched them in a similar order. Do you want to start with Ghosts of Mars?
So
That's
we
the
just
one I
like
started
start,
with.
yeah, maybe we went top to bottom. Yeah, I'm start down to start with Ghosts of Mars. I was very excited by Ghosts of Mars when I saw that it is starring Ice Cube.
Yeah. A John Carpenter movie starring Ice Cube. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I'm ready to five-star this thing off the bat. Uh, on top of it, like, uh, I don't know, I love every Carpenter score. And
Hmm.
this one's very like it has a little electronic stuff, but it's also very metal and kind of in that way it's fun.
Yeah.
Um,
They reminded me of the like early 2000s Resident Evil movies.
yeah, yeah, a little, which I haven't seen, but I know what you mean.
Oh. It's like with that,
Yeah.
yeah, that like metal hard rock score while they're,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, shooting guns and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a very Carpenter movie. I will say right off the bat, it has the Carpenter feel. Which who doesn't love that? Uh I will also say it's probably one of the lesser Carpenter films overall. It's
Definitely.
probably one of the worst ones I've seen. But not to say that I didn't have some fun. This is would be a good movie to watch with a group of bros if you
Yeah.
have that, if you have access to that. um, have a couple of beers. Like that one SNL sketch of last year that was probably the best one. A couple of beers.
I don't remember that one.
You didn't see that? Shane Gillis one? Couple of beers. It's like an ad.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah, that sounds
it's like a
familiar.
abbreviation.
Couple of
Couple of beer.
beers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah, it's
good.
coming back to me.
Um, yeah, yeah. I enjoyed it. What's the blonde actress's name in this?
I don't know. I feel like um I didn't recognize her from anything.
Who's the tall blonde woman?
Natasha Henstridge. That
Okay, yeah,
she's second build on
right.
Criterion, so I assume it's her.
After the cubes.
After the
Uh,
Cubester, yeah, and Pam
yeah.
Grier.
So yeah, I thought she was kind of bad in this.
Yeah,
Yeah, and not in like a intentionally like kind of like I don't know in Starship Troopers, a lot of the actors are kind of bad, but it's supposed to be fun, and kind of
yeah.
work with the fascism in it. I don't think this
Hmm.
movie's like that. I just think she was kind of not really not good in it. Um, and very generic.
Like the channel sci-fi, like it felt they have like original movies on there, and it
Yeah,
felt
yeah, yeah.
like it was getting a bit too much like that, like a kind of a throwaway sci-fi middle of the afternoon movie.
It's kind of like our
Um,
dads would grow up. They're like, we're watching the Sci-Fi Channel after
yeah,
work. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Again, like back in the day when it was like more simple. It's like we're gonna watch, this and whatever. There's probably a bunch of bad shit they were watching too, but they were watching it because that's what they had. You know,
yeah,
well, maybe now
um,
we have access to too much like great things. They were like, the potential for a great experience is
yeah.
there's too much.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe we've just had it too good now
It's
that
better to have no experience. Um, yeah, I think the movie eventually gets to where what you want, which is an all-out action brawl.
yeah,
But I think there's like a little bit of like build up towards it, which is not, and world building, which is a little silly. And we're not interested. Kind of
yeah.
like in the way that Aliens at the beginning is great build up towards the eventual thing. This is like the bad version of that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the two films side by side. Not like they should be compared at all. You know, it's
Yeah.
like one of the greatest movies ever made versus this. But yeah, I was getting a kick out of the beginning where Jason Statham's like talking to her, and she's like, "We should have sex because it's just us up here." Like, and she's like, maybe in the real world I would, but it's a different world up here. Um,
Yeah, her character was just so flat and
yeah,
just so overly serious too. Um, yeah.
Jason Statham's kind of doing the "It's Always Sunny" implication bit
Yeah. Dennis, yeah.
because of the implication.
That I don't know. I was hoping it would be more of like a, oh, this is just a good popcorn movie of this like ridiculous premise, but um
Yeah.
yeah,
And it,
I
it is
couldn't
like
get to it.
90 minutes, and I think it felt long. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I think it gets fun, but it's not as fun as you'd like it to be. Uh, and
Yeah.
I think most of it I'm rooting for the fact that it's a Carpenter movie, and I'm just like kind of rooting for it to be good or to have value or like to be at least enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um, more enjoyable than it is. And I think maybe if it wasn't a Carpenter movie, I would just probably like bash it
Yeah.
completely
Right.
overall,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that too. I think
I would just call it another dumb Ice Cube movie or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
It'd be like on the Anaconda level, but yeah, because it does start out with that John Carpenter score and it's like there's promise to it that at least it's going to
In
be
the
like
Criterion
entertaining.
channel,
But
start watching.
So that's like
who is that?
that's my like Roku which is
Oh,
so like when I the Roku has this like weird voice activated thing. And so like it's really annoying. So I turn off the sound for whenever I use it. So if
uh-huh.
I'm browsing the Criterion channel, it like it reads back every movie when you browse, and then it even reads
Oh,
through the description, and you're just like, all right, this is just ridiculous. It's this like robot animated voice where like it'll be like Ghost of Mars, John Carpenter, starring Ice Cube, and blah blah blah. And then it'll do the whole description. You're like, all right,
yeah.
shut up already.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, I haven't noticed that on our Roku. But I hate that type of stuff. Um, there's like
just angers me just hearing about
yeah.
it.
I remember, I don't know how this, I feel like this is just like maybe a default setting, but it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes when my phone is on like loud and I'll have headphones in connected to it, I'll get a text and it'll be like, Luke Mueller says, uh, hey, what's up, man? Like it like repeats. And
Hey,
I'm just like,
what's
why
up,
you,
man? You
yeah,
haven't been answering my previous texts.
yeah. Where
If
have
you
you
have
been?
time to respond, I would love to hear from you. If you have
Yes.
the time, of course.
This is urgent. Please. Yes. But it's like, why are you reading? Like, I didn't ask you to read my messages to me. I just hate
Oh,
that,
that's
like
that's
the
odd.
voice. Yeah.
I don't use headphones, so I just hate that voice in my head.
Is anybody else hearing this? Yeah, it's like driving me crazy. Um, but anyway, uh,
Let's go to Mars. Let's go
Ghost of
to Mars.
Mars.
We
Yeah.
weren't that into it,
Yeah.
but hey, we're tough to impress on here.
Yeah. What can we say? I mean,
We have a sophisticated cinema, um, cinema, comedy, music palette. All right.
yeah.
We
Like,
like,
Luke is discussing Robert Smigel with industry
yeah,
executives at work,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
we're those types, and
yep. And we like,
yeah.
and then, yep. And then,
Yep.
Trying to think of it. Yeah, what he said.
Yep. Yep. Uh, well, yeah, I guess
Probably next,
can move on.
the others,
Yeah, let's do the others.
which is the movie, not the other movies, right?
Yeah,
Um,
let's do the others, and then we'll get to the others. Sorry.
this is confusing the way we're presenting it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I've wanted to watch the others for a little bit with
This
Nicole
was
Kidman.
yeah, this was a I feel like a big pop culture movie at the time when it came out. Or at
Mm,
least, I was too young to be when it came out, I was too young to see something like this, but I felt like I can remember seeing the trailer of the daughter who uh you
yeah.
see it. It's the old woman under like the veil and whatever.
Right,
I
right.
can
That's
remember seeing
that
that.
that frightened me, John, when I
Oh
watched it.
boy. Oh
Mhm.
boy. Yeah.
That was scary.
Yes.
The
And
others is the others is pretty scary. In
yeah.
maybe the most classical like horror movie type way. And I think this is the best movie we watched, maybe.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Um yeah, I think um I didn't see the others until like a couple of years ago for the first time. But I was surprised with how much I liked it because I thought it might just be kind of its time, like um, horror. Like I'm not really all that into like stuff like The Conjuring, and to me, it felt like it would just be like another version of that. But yeah,
Yeah, I started off watching this and I felt like, oh, this is kind of like fun because it feels like something I'd watch with a group and you're like, oh, haunted, the house is haunted shit type
yeah,
thing. And like you said, there's a twist. There is a twist.
yeah,
Yeah. And it kind of adds a whole another element to the whole film. And I was like, oh, this is like a really good movie. This isn't just like an okay movie, kind of like jumped there for me and, sticks with you a little bit.
yeah,
And overall it is a very well made horror movie. Uh, you
yeah.
know, uh,
Like it's actually, yeah, it's a smarter movie than it might seem on the surface,
well,
and
while there are the
that's
conventions of Nicole Kidman's like, what are they doing to my kids the whole time? She's like running into the
yeah.
room and like there's all those conventions that you're with the whole time. But I
The
think there's more.
piano plays itself,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a door
yeah.
slams. It's
hmm you were
anyway.
you were saying something about Nicole Kidman's relationship with her kids, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm like in the middle of talking and then the recording gets cut off, I'm like, man, what the was I trying to sound like smart or something then? Like what? Like
Thank God it cut me off because I had no
yeah.
point to that.
I'm just like meandering around trying to figure out how to verbally say what or
Sometimes I think that
how
by
to
doing a podcast, I'm an artist, but really, I think this is all just mindless blabber.
it's when you do a podcast, especially when you edit a podcast where you're talking, it's like, wow, I'm shocked at how little I have to say.
Yeah. No, there's times where I'm editing this podcast, and this is, to be fair, not to be hard on myself or all right,
Dude,
not to be hard on. Yeah, this is why I'm creeped
their
out always at the
voices,
beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, October continues. But yeah, not to be hard on myself or us, but like sometimes it may be our lesser episodes I watch, and I'm like, dude, you just wasted hours of John's time trying to talk.
Oh my
It's
God.
like, look at you
That's
trying so hard to talk to
ooh.
John for like multiple hours and getting nowhere. And John's just like, look at, and John's just like,
Yeah, I hate when I catch myself like I'm trying to sound smart or something.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. The
Because of
picture moment, John. Spoilers.
oh
That picture moment. That kind of gave me a little Shining-esque,
oh yeah
goosebumps thing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah there the atmosphere was very eerie and creepy and I guess I did the things that made it feel dated to me were, and maybe this is just because now it's been done a million times, but like the door slamming or on its own or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that, or the piano, that did make it seem like dated, but
yeah.
um, yeah, it could just be from that happening as like it's kind of like a cliche almost now, you know?
I like watching things like where it's just horror conventions are just popping up that you've seen a million times and
Yeah,
you're just like, here I am just watching this. Like just
yeah,
these conventions I find it amusing. I find it
yeah,
funny. um I've had times where I was like with family friends and my siblings and we would just put on horror movies that we did not respect at all. Like we didn't we always never found them scary, but we would watch them just so we could go through that same
yeah,
charade of like
yeah,
the house is haunted. We'd watch that convention over and over again. And it was just fun to like to watch it and not actually be scared, you know?
yeah. Yeah, that is kind of fun to I guess for a movie that like I don't know, at the time when it came out was, those things were probably very scary, but now there's been like endless comedy sketches or like parodies of something like someone being behind you and that like you close the mirror or in the
Yeah,
bathroom
yeah,
and then there's a
yeah.
like there's that SNL sketch where Andy Samberg is like uh he's like behind I think it's like I can't think of who's like the host, but Andy Samberg is like always popping up behind her in the mirror. And it just kind of goes crazy from there. And then I feel like in What Lies Beneath, there's a lot of mirror stuff that I
There
was like
is, yeah.
thinking
I
of
see.
that in my
I
head.
found the same thing with What Lies Beneath. I don't know if we just want to like jump to it, but
Sure, yeah.
like What Lies Beneath, I was like, it just felt like such a movie, um, which is like a silly adjective to use for a movie, but like I'm like this is such a movie right now,
Yeah.
um,
There's so
and
much
just
with the mirror in that
yeah,
movie
there's so
too.
much
So
with the mirror, and there's so much like conventional movie things of Michelle Pfeiffer like walking out to the lake and having a creepy feeling, or looking into the bathtub, or the mirror scares, and like you feel like the characters are explaining the feeling and then the
yeah,
backstory behind it, and um not to say I think it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie,
I liked
but
it. I thought it was entertaining.
yeah,
Like,
very entertaining
yeah,
and memorable. I would say that like if it weren't like these two people like who are very iconic and great in it, it could easily be a bad movie. Like a very
yeah,
bad movie. Like I think like the fact that it has these two starring in it and makes it a lot better.
yeah,
Um like Harrison Ford I think is great in the movie.
yeah.
Um
He definitely
yeah.
I thought he played that like role really well where there's something like off about him and creepy, but at the same time he seems like a good guy.
I don't know.
So
You want to trust him the whole time because
yeah,
he's Harrison Ford, you
yeah.
know, and you're
It's like
like,
The
oh,
Fugitive when
he's a brilliant professor,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The Fugitive, he's also like a professor or something, and they think
yeah.
he and
He's a surgeon,
surgeon, that's it. Yeah.
and like he's telling like Tommy Lee Jones is like talking. Because I recently rewatched it, so I could bridge The Fugitive. But like Tommy Lee Jones is talking to one of Harrison Ford's colleagues in it, and he's like, "You are not going to be able to find him. He's too smart." And
Yeah.
it's like, and then that kind of reminded me of this because where Harrison Ford's always playing like this very like smart guy, but he does it very well. Like you believe he's like a very successful person always,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a certain like the best surgeon, who graduated from Northwestern or something like that. There's just something about Harrison Ford that you're like, yeah, I believe he's at the top of society and like very smart and like
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, I can buy into that. And
Yeah.
same thing here. They have like this lake house in Vermont. And we probably could not relate to these people at all in any way.
No.
It was like that moment. I think they're like on the boat and they're sailing. And she's like, "Why don't we check out that one B&B?" He's like, "It'd be great to take a drive up before the leaves change." And she's
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Why don't we check out that one town?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like what lives are these? Like these
Yeah.
the isolated professor lives and you know, I don't know,
Yeah.
in Vermont, like, the East Coast elitism, thing.
A little weekend vacation to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And we don't know, John. We like to portray, if anything, Midwestern fake elitism or
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Yeah. I guess even with all like, the mirror stuff, like we were saying, there still was a lot of like eerie creepiness that I did like. Like there is a I feel like there's a point where the mirror, when she goes to the bathroom, the mirror is like fogged over, but
Yeah.
there's a subtle like
Because it's fogged
shadow
over,
that,
you see the ghost figure or whatever. Yeah, and it has
yeah.
something to do with the fogged bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like that subtle like movement you see.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like creepy.
Yeah.
I thought, where it's like not as like direct, like look at this
Yeah.
scary thing. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
there
the
there there were some unique horror things in this where I was like, "Oh, that moment was very scary."
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um,
think um the only my biggest crit not critique, but my biggest issue with it was that I felt like once you kind of knew the whole deal, it just
mhm.
didn't know like when to end. And
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
like the ending was really dragged out.
Oh
And
yeah. I mean, I
there's
remember being like she's driving and I was like, I mean, I know he's coming back. Like he's not, you
yeah,
know. Yeah. And then he becomes like kind of like just a natural serial killer that doesn't die or like a
yeah,
Terminator or something where you're like, you
Michael
can't kill
Myers.
you can't kill him. Yeah, he's on the back of the boat and he's crazy and like
Yeah,
stuff like that. It just like jumped like which he does a good job because again, it was Harrison Ford, you know,
yeah,
top movie star ever in the movie, but like, it does go from like he's his cover up to all of a sudden I'm a crazy guy like right away
yeah,
and you can't kill me and all that stuff. Um, yeah, yeah. It's interesting how at the beginning it's trying to do a little Rear Window Disturbia
mm,
thing at the
yeah,
very quick, like for a very brief time, it does that, and then it just kind of forgets about it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
I even forgot about that now. Yeah, there's the whole,
yeah.
the
Kind of
wife
feels
is
like it's going to be the central
screaming.
thing. And then now, no, now we're going to forget about that. It's all within the house now, her house now. Um,
Yeah, yeah. So is that just to show like it was all like she was projecting that like fear into that other wife? Is that
yeah,
because
yeah, like I guess. I don't know. Cause yeah, like
yeah,
it almost, that all seems a little like almost a pointless plot thread, possibly
yeah.
now. Cause it's really all she cares about at the beginning. And then it's nothing. Yeah, it's
And it's
all
like, oh
in her
no,
mind. Yeah.
everything's actually okay. And it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's kind of what happens. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
another way for like Harrison Ford to gaslight her to
Yeah, that's
thinking
really
she's
it.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also executive produced, I think, by Spielberg.
Wow.
Maybe? No, or is it or
That would make
it's
sense. I
DreamWorks. It's DreamWorks, so
feel like
and
Zemeckis and him do a
Zemeckis is
lot
like
together.
Spielberg's like protege. You know,
Yeah.
like the Anakin to his Obi-Wan, if anything. Like at least it feels like sometimes.
Oh yeah, I forgot I saw this too. It was the screenplay was by Clark Gregg, who is he's that actor who's in like he had some significant role in like the Marvel movies. It's like a
uh,
analyst type person or something.
was he like the
You'd recognize it.
is
Uh
he like the shield guy? The bald
yes,
shield guy?
I think that's like the organizational
Right.
like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I did write down something else is something that I thought was funny about What Lies Beneath was
All right.
the all the photoshops. Like all the anytime there was like a old photograph of like someone like family members or something.
Hmm.
And maybe I was just hyper fixated on this, but there was so much like bad Photoshop of like clearly these were like pictures of these people taken and pieced together to be in one photo. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else out there caught this too, but
Oh,
there's
did
some
not.
really bad Photoshop
Well, for those who are
in there.
following along with the
Yeah.
horror thing and definitely checked out what lies beneath, they'll go the
Yeah. Look out for
John, thanks to
that.
you bringing it up, you'll ease their peace of mind about the Photoshop thing and
Thank
what lies
you.
beneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally someone else brings it up. Yeah, it was I just thought that was funny. Anytime Michelle Pfeiffer is like like looking through photos or the show, like it just was like so obviously
Hmm.
photoshopped that I found that funny. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a little Easter egg, I guess.
It's kind of odd too how like it's just I don't know, her daughter goes away to college and you just like it just happens. You don't hear about her ever, and then this just happens. It's
Yeah,
all very like it's a very like just plotty, like
yeah, yeah,
orchestrated plot where it's just like, all right, now this is like I don't know. Why didn't this happen before? You know, like
yeah,
why is she just having the visions now? She's been living with him, you know? Like
yeah.
what's different? What's changed? Because
It's
the
just
movie began,
because
really. Yeah.
is this what happens when uh parents become empty nesters? Is they just
Yeah,
start
is
having
that why?
these?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that why? Yeah, like I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, good point. I forgot. That's another thing. I forgot about the neighbors, and I forgot about
Yeah.
the daughter going to college. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. You know what? Actually, this movie stinks. Totally changed my mind.
I think
Um,
it's the worst movie we watched.
yeah, yeah. I'd rather watch Ghost of Mars. Yeah,
Yeah, I might check it out again, give it another chance.
yeah. All right. Well, the final film from the 2000s horror that we're
Yes.
covering is Trouble Every Day, the
Yes.
Claire Denis, Vincent Gallo movie.
Yep.
Which I guess we should also say these are all, well, it's called 2000s horrors, but everything we watched is like 2001. Uh,
Actually, I thought you were gonna say like actually this one takes place in 1980.
yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah.
What are
That-
we watching?
so they're all 2001 except What Lies Beneath was 2000. So these are all very
Damn.
much like
They,
turn of
we
the
watch see we're
century.
watching same year horror movie. Yeah,
How did
yeah,
that line up?
we're
Wow.
watching the Millennium horror movies. Yeah.
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 And now I see that Trouble Every Day was the body horror one you were talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
yes, I was also not that into.
which I knew going in. I was like, all right, I probably won't be as into it but I wanted to watch it because it's Claire Denis and Vincent Gallo, and I would say I think this is a good change because I felt like we watched mostly conventional horror. The others were a little more conventional. Maybe Ghost of Mars is kind of like weird cult bad.
Yeah.
You know, when this is like the one that's kind of very arty So, we got our art fixin with
True, yeah.
this. It's very different from the rest, especially like not only in the type of horror it is, but the storytelling is very different because it's Claire Denis, so it's very quiet. Which I before this I watched What Lies Beneath, and it's not quiet. It's all like I had to keep it quiet, Claire, or whatever he's saying. I don't even know if her name's Claire in it, but that's how Harrison Ford talks in the
I
movie. He's
think it
like,
is. Yeah.
"What was I supposed to do, Claire? Our marriage." Which,
She would have ruined me. She went crazy. Yeah.
it's my career. Yeah. Um,
I didn't kill
well,
my wife. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't kill my wife. Um, but yeah, so I can say honestly, like I just I trouble trouble every day. I did not.
That sounds like the biopic for us, you know. Trouble
Yeah,
every day, man.
story of my life. Yeah. Um, yeah, I did not really understand it. But and had
Yeah,
trouble following it.
I
And
did I did too. But yeah, I saw it. It took me a while to realize how these were like how the kind of two couples are were connected
yeah,
and
yeah,
to piece that together and um obviously like Vincent Gallo was kind of like scheming, but he always kind of seems like he's up to something. Just kind of how he looks and
yeah, yeah,
is and everything. He's just kind
yeah,
of a creepy, scheming guy. But
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, I was. I think we've talked about this before too. That we're not as big into. Neither of us are really that big into body horror stuff. But I think I
despite the
enjoy
fact that
it.
The Substance was a great film, and a
Yes,
top movie of the previous year. Yeah, that's why I
I loved
resisted
that.
seeing it
Yeah.
at first. And also I like Cronenberg. I
hmm
love Videodrome and The Fly.
I think when
So
it's I like it when it's more like absurd or unrealistic.
or not as
Like
this is like purely like sexual and like
that, yeah.
violence and
And just like
uh
blood and eating and cannibalism and
yeah, yeah, I couldn't relate.
where there's like there's this horror movie or body horror movie that I do really like called Society where the ending reveal is like crazy body horror stuff, but it's also like The Substance. It's kind of funny too and like entertaining just how over the top and ridiculous it is. Whereas yeah, this is like sexual and more like realistic in a sense.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just not really as into that uh
No, me neither.
and
And there are people who are. Um,
yeah.
and I was watching this morning, and I was like eating my Kix cereal, and then one of the really really graphic sex scenes began, and I was like, oh God.
Wake up to this. Yeah.
I knew this was gonna like it was gonna come to that eventually, but I didn't really realize. I don't know. Yeah, the fact that it was kind of realistic and not as absurd, kind of like you were saying, was yeah a slight turnoff for me. Um, Not to say I didn't appreciate a lot of the filmmaking overall. I think it's a very like well-made movie, and like I think the storytelling's a nice change of pace because Claire Denis is kind of like a one of those filmmakers who makes kind of quiet movies, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which I found nice. I was like this movie's for a lot of it is quiet,
Yeah.
um, and a little poetic, and they're like it has that like the overlapping song that plays throughout and creates a vibe. And so I guess like everything around the main thing, I kind of said vibed with me well. but like I didn't vibe with the main thing of the whole movie, which is just like the violent sex stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
hard
Yeah, no,
sell at
that's
that point.
yeah. That's what it kind of it got me thinking about when we went at the Denver Film Festival when we went to the late night shorts. There was one in particular that was very like sexually graphic, like a horror one, where he's like
Right.
a
Not
guy
even
with
in the
burns
same
all over
way. It
him.
was like,
No,
oh yeah, there was that. Yeah. I just remember there were all those people like weren't they like masturbating in a park?
that
Is
was
that
that
what they were
same
doing?
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then and there's like that long scene where he's like has all these burns over him and he's naked and I think they have
Oh yeah, yeah,
sex.
yeah. I forgot about that one.
But it
That
was
was
like
strange.
blood, like kind of the bloody sexual stuff kind of reminded me of that. And I just was like, I know this is more arts, it's more artsy and there is like a story here. And, but yeah, it's just not, it's not something that I can personally get into. And especially after all of that, and we get to the end, and then there's the rape scene. And,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just, for me, I just was getting like bad vibes that I was like not. I get bad vibes from this guy,
I
you
got bad vibes from this sort of
know?
stuff.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, and not that, of course, not that every piece of art has to make you feel good, but I was just not into it,
Yeah,
and
me
yeah,
either.
I think it's interesting that there are these artists who several different mediums, not just film, but who do the like violent sexual stuff, and maybe it's coping with something for them, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's for people. That's for people, man, who I don't know. They live a different kind of life and they probably like I'm just like I would just like to have any sex at all in my life. So
Cannibalistic,
I think other people
what you know.
whatever genre it is, I think some people have so much like opportunity for sex or find sex to be so easy to come by in their free life, that they live, watching Claire Denis or whatever, or Vincent Gallo, and then they're just like, yeah, yeah, violent sex seems like the next step towards my interests. When
Yeah.
I'm not at that, I guess I'm just not at that level,
Yeah.
sadly,
Yeah. Maybe we'll work on
our
our
sex lives.
our sex lives and maybe we'll like it better. I guess that's our review of
That's
Trouble Every
trouble every
Day.
day. Yeah.
Looking at this the rest of this collection, I don't know how familiar you are with other things in there, but I watched Triangle recently, which is in there, and that is a fun horror movie.
Mm.
And there's also The Descent in there too, which I think is very scary.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen that.
no.
Oh, yeah. That's like they're in like a cave in somewhere in Europe, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff that happens while they're
Damn.
trapped in this cave.
Wow.
But yeah, and then I'm not familiar with a lot. There's like a Toby Hooper movie I've never heard
Yeah,
of.
I was considering that too, just because of
Yeah,
recognized Toby Hooper.
and
Um,
Stuart Gordon too. I've never heard of this movie Stuck by him. Um,
yeah, there's more to go. There's more
yeah,
to do in 2000s horror, essentially. Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Um, what was it? Oh, I watched at the beginning of the month. I watched Playtime,
Oh, nice.
Yak Tati's film at the beginning of the month, and I remember you talking about it years ago. And man, what I must say is like, man, that thing is a masterpiece. But I remember 30 minutes in being like, I was like, man, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
but but this is incredible.
yeah,
I couldn't tell you exactly like that I could follow everything that was going on in it, but it's a really amazing movie. Um,
That's the thing with those is that I feel like if you catch yourself not paying attention or something, you probably missed something, some visual like gag or um because there's so little dialogue in any of it. But I felt the same way.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
was kind of lost at first, and then once I kind of understood the whole vibe and sense of humor, I it really started to click for me. Yeah.
yeah.
Just like
It's
with
really
Mon
good.
Uncle, which we talked
Which is
about
very
a while
different
ago.
than from
Yeah.
Playtime. So I was like, when Playtime started, I was like, whoa, this is not that at all. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's
I think
um
seeing Mon Uncle first gives you like more of an idea, I guess, of like the
like
style or the
yeah.
sense of humor of
Or
it.
the like
But
the character type that he's doing
yeah,
throughout. When I don't
yeah,
know, Playtime very much felt like a grander, like here's like let's like do a grander thing and capture all of Paris and um it just felt big. It just felt big and it felt more like a big metropolitan feel. It was just wild. Yeah.
yeah. And like that restaurant scene is
Yeah,
so
the very
entertaining too.
long, just yeah, how much is going on in this banquet hall thing.
Yeah,
It's just like Jesus Christ. But yeah, amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely a
um,
masterpiece, I could
yeah.
say. Yeah. Look at us getting so into Criterion
Wow, yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Bet you're jealous out there listening if you don't have the Criterion channel.
I'm sure, I'm sure, John, your wife is very impressed. I'm sure
Yes.
all the girls that I'm going to meet very soon are going to be very impressed.
Yeah. Yes, and all the everyone you're meeting on Hinge, they're going to be very impressed by your movie tastes.
Yeah, like my dating app, it's like my Letterboxd 4, last 4 watched.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Do I need to explain myself and who I am any further
Yeah.
than
I
that?
think you get
Yeah.
the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Because she's like, "Oh, you're a broke loser." Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're a huge dork? Oh, okay, yeah, I get it, yeah. Well, yeah, that's
That's
our
2000s horror. Yeah.
2000s horror. Um, thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the other side.
Well, well done, John.
Yeah.